All right, folks. 𝗂𝗏 in the thick of it. He's in Washington, D.C. right now. I'm going to bring him on in just a second with some breaking intel concerning 𝗏𝗏 and his what he's doing in Washington, D.C. I know a lot of you are concerned about Bill Gates. Why was he having dinner with Trump? Why was Mark Zuckerberg the enemy, the two biggest enemies of the entire planet, of humanity? Why would he host them at dinner? Well, same reason he had Fauci on stage, right? I'm going to have Juan to explain all of that very soon in just a few moments. Folks, it's still 50% off right now on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏TV. It's still 50% off. I got a lot of very good emails from people saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, folks, I have no idea how much someone's hurting in the pocketbook. I really don't. I thought $4 was cheap, but we're still doing the 50% off. I'm going to keep it going. So it's like $2 to join 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏TV right now. Everything's 50% off right now. So get over there. I'll have 𝗂𝗏 doing a longer form podcast very soon. 𝗀𝗂𝗊𝗁𝗏𝗏's up there right now. I got a double header from Juan. I got Joshua Reed. I got a lot of people on there right now. I got SGN on coming back on. I'm in touch with him. So a lot of good stuff. Folks, hit the notification button. Share, like, love. I wish there was a love button on this. Hit the notification button. Also, Venmo, 𝗑-ROD1977, 𝗑-ROD1977. When the lights go out, folks. When the lights go out on Amazon, folks. I tell you what, this book was my boxing memoir. Seeing what's happening to boxing right now is disgusting. It's sad. It's become the world boxing entertainment. Jake Paul ruined it. Mayweather's going to fight Tyson. It's all fake. Don't buy it. It's a joke. I guess you'll like to see the ring entrances. Is that what you're paying for? Are you going to pay $100 on pay-per-view or whatever they're doing to watch a ring entrance and then watch fake fighting? Because that's what it is. It's all fake fighting. All of it. It's not the sport that I came from, folks. Letting you know that right now. And I don't know why I just went off on that tangent, but I did. Boxing is not on life support anymore. It's dead. It is now turned into the world boxing entertainment. And as long as Canelo doesn't fight Benitez, forget it. Forget it, folks. It's over. All right, and my mama's book, The Mexican Mix, right there, my mama's book. Please leave an honest review. And with that, folks, Noble Gold, folks, while you're distracted by headlines, the insiders are getting ready. And Juan knows this very well. Billionaires, big banks, even foreign governments are hoarding what? They're hoarding gold. They know the dollar's being devalued. They know the next crash is coming. So why don't you own what they're buying? Noble Gold Investments makes it simple to protect yourself with the same investment-grade gold and silver the elites are stockpiling, real assets you can hold in your hand and keep safe in your retirement account. Don't wait until it's too late because we don't really know when that day is going to be. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com today. Noble Gold Investments. Get started, folks. Believe me when I tell you this. And I have a great show today. A lot going on. A lot of people are up in arms. A lot of people are pissed off. What the hell? What the hell's going on with Gates and Zuckerberg in Trump's White House? How is this happening? He's betrayed us. And then you got the Epstein victims screaming, we need Trump to do something. Yeah. I got a feeling he's got a trick play in his sleeve. And I'll ask Juan more about that as well. So, Nino'sCorner.tv, folks. 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 𝗀𝗂𝗊𝗏𝗏𝗏, Kerry Cassidy, and Richard Hoagland coming on. Going to be talking about the 3-Eye Atlas. Is it all hype? I don't know. I'm going to hear what they got to say. They believe not. They believe something big's coming. We'll see, I guess. I got L.A. Marzulli also coming on to talk about, the 3-Eye Atlas. Dustin Emos was on just recently. I'm going to be putting that up today. And trigger alert, because, he seems to believe Trump is the Antichrist, and I guess he has all the ammunition in the world to believe that, so he unleashes all his ammo on me and my viewers on Nino'sCorner.tv, so you can go ahead and watch that. That'll be up this evening, unless Juan's interview today takes precedence, which it might. Then I'll have to put Dustin Nemos up tomorrow. Next Wednesday is Ringside with Nino, and that is 5 p.m. Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, and that's where we all war game together, and I tell the little secrets that Juanito and others give me. I don't ever betray Juan's trust, believe me when I say that. Also, folks, the next general in the general's tent, 5 p.m., August 29th, is Charlie Ward, mate. Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward's coming on. So he'll be on. So, and with that, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up. I give you a chance to do that. I know a lot of you grab your phones right about now and start turning it down. I thought about steering away from this. A lot of people are like, you're so beyond this now, Nino. You're just beyond this. You're beyond this. But am I really, or am I still really immature? I think I'm really immature. All right, here we go. Coming at you live for the apocalypse, folks. Wow, my voice cracked. It's like I'm going through puberty all over again. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, my voice cracked. So RFK annihilated everyone yesterday. All those who took money from Big Pharma, and Trump posting on Truth Social a few days ago calling for the truth to come out about these, you know what, right here in the shoulder. I still got to do it. What is happening? So this was Jenny, from my friend Jenny, who has her own podcast, saying, what is happening is Trump and RFK Jr. exposing these people for who they truly are for the world to see. Well, that's how he does it. That's how Trump works. He puts them front and center, big light on them and everything, and shines a bright light, and that's how he exposes these people. Trump is telling everyone who's in control, and it isn't the deep state. It's Trump. So I'm going to hear more from Juan in just a second, but I'm going to read this Truth Social post from Donald J. Trump. It is very important that the drug companies justify the success of their various boogeyman drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree. With CDC being ripped apart over this question, I want the answer, and I want it now. I've been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show the results to the public. Why not? They go off to the next hunt and let everyone rip themselves apart, including Bobby Kennedy Jr. and CDC, trying to figure out the success or failure of the drug companies for the boogeyman work. They show me great numbers and results, but they don't seem to be showing them to many others. I want them to show them now to CDC and the public and clear up this mess one way or the other. I hope Operation Warp Speed was a brilliant, as many say it was. If not, we all want to know about it and why. Thank you for your attention to this important matter. DJT. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Trump. Let's go ahead and bring in Juan right now because he's pressed for time. He's only got about 5 minutes. Juanito, can you hear me, Juanito?
I can hear you, Nino.
Okay, I had to go through that really fast because I know you're pressed for time.
Yeah.
So you have some breaking intel to break with my audience. Go ahead, I'll let you have at it.
Well, and I'm kind of getting ahead of it a little bit. We'll wait to see that it actually happens, but it's the scuttlebutt right now is that sometime here shortly, you're going to hear that the awards that were given to the gentleman who was the sniper that killed 𝗬𝗏 and was involved in other nefarious things, Ruby Ridge, Waco, other stuff that a lot of the Patriots here are just like, what? And they gave him an award. This FBI ceremony cashed it the other day. That's going to be called back. And a number of people, including 𝗬𝗏's wife and people around her, came out to D.C. to explain what actually happened and what we know. So Cash is apparently going to withdraw that award. I think that's important because Cash, in fact, as was said, heads are going to roll. People in these departments set him up. He really wasn't that familiar, like a lot of us Patriots are. You just have to understand he comes from like a different zone. For example, when he was out in Vegas before he became FBI director quite some time ago, he was unaware of Tina Peters. And I'm like, what? How can you not know who Tina Peters is?
Yeah, that's
surprising to me too, man. But he's in a different zone, okay? Yeah, but people in his own department set him up on some stuff. No, we got to do this, we got to do that. That hate President Trump, that hate cash. And there's a machine in all of these offices, a deep state, and so they'll sift stuff in to try and get you to go along with it and make you look like shit. Well, then you have cause. Okay, that guy's out. That guy's out. That guy's out. They're self-terminating when they put people in embarrassing positions like that, and Cash, knowing the rest of the details, which he really wasn't aware of, has apparently made the right decision. And we'll see when it plays out. I mean, in DC, things get to a certain point, then somebody else jumps in. No, we're not going to do that. So we'll see how it plays out. But I suspect you're going to find out that.
My emotional side, my emotional side says Trump hosting Bill Gates and Zuckerberg at the White House is disturbing on so many levels that I'm this close. Everyone's this close to turning their back on Trump and to the entire fucking movement. But my intellectual wargaming side says to remember Trump always exposes people by putting them into the forefront. He did it with so many people. As of recently, 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝗃.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example, Nino. Of course, the situation with what's his name out of Ukraine comes over, and he's going to be a dumbass and tell Trump how the Ukraine war has to be run, and then he gets embarrassed in front of the world over deciding he's not going to sign a ceasefire. Then 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃, president of South Africa, shows up with his entourage and the billionaires, and Elon's out in the hallway, and they're going to get Trump to do a trade deal with South Africa where horrors are happening, and so it gets them in the White House, and then when they're comfortable, they got a great deal going, Trump shows the plight of the South African farmers and all the people being killed in this operation.
Right there in front of everybody. You're right.
Okay?
You're right.
And he literally, he's like the Harlem Globetrotter. Okay, he gets them there, gets them in the room, and he does a little dance, runs around and pants his 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃 right there in front of the whole world. Right there in the Oval Office. And now, just to take it forward a little bit, whereas he was there in the Oval Office, he's hailed as this great leader, South Africa, all of his entourage, 2 weeks ago. Trump says, hey, we're looking at 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃. I referred him over to the Justice Department for financing terrorism with the Taliban. So 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃 goes from the very top all the way down to now we're looking at him as a financer of terrorism to take him out.
You believe this is what he's doing with Gates and Zuckerberg?
When he pumps them up there, they have to be understanding that they wanted the attention. They want to be hailed as though they're all beautiful and wonderful and everything else. Once he's got everybody looking, it's just like the drug thing you just read a moment ago. Okay, all the drug companies had their story. Remember, Trump's not a doctor. You have this huge government machine, deep state, everything. Could Trump, like he knows something technical as a doctor, say that the COVID stuff was somehow bad? Yeah. He's got to make the judgment. They have all these experts in government. He is running this huge, aircraft carrier, and he's got certain things that he can know, but he's got experts to know all the details. They're there for a reason. Somebody's put them in there. He has to trust certain of the information. So now, because there's enough people, we're enough far along on this whole thing, he's going, well, is this stuff accurate or not at this point? So that's where we have to.
Okay, so you're saying here that he is exposing them. He's putting them out front and center because, he's bringing in a lot of money into America, regardless of what people think of these people, which I don't have any respect for Bill Gates, no respect for Zuckerberg. But, they are bringing $600 billion to the economy each, right? Is that what the amount is each?
Well, yeah, questionable some of the circumstances there. But look, what are you supposed to ignore that they're big dogs in the room? Trump's a big dog, too. He's giving them their recognition, and then they got to understand he puts them out there in the forefront of all this stuff, and then he can also say, well, but also, what about this? What about that? What about something else? Their day is coming, so they may
But I
loathe
mean, my
that
audience
they
is
got
going
to
to
be in
say
front
they've
of
been
this.
saying that for so long. Their day's coming. Their day's coming, and it
That
just
is
looks like
not
he's
true, Nino. We have seen all sorts of exposure of who these bullshit artists are. Trump has been exposing, just like the Doge stuff, just like the USAID, things like that. We are making huge progress. So saying it's not here, nothing's happening. I'm here in DC. I can tell you right now, there's shit happening. We had meetings this morning with some of the top investigative people on the planet in government agencies right now. And where they are in investigations right now is stunning. We are going to kick some ass, unbelievable amounts of ass. Do you know what? Uh, in one of the meetings I was in this morning, we had a couple early this morning. We were adding up all the investigators that are in different parts of the country and what their supposed role is, where they're at, what they're going to do, and then, yeah, that wouldn't fit. That's way more. That's like 20 times more people than you need for what we're actually dealing with here. And so why do they have them all stationed all over the country? Because we're getting ready for some really stunning stuff, okay?
All right. So is that why the National
We're very
Guard's in
close.
19
It is
states
not
right
just
now?
talk.
But is that why the National
Yeah.
Guard's being deployed everywhere? Because they're getting ready, right, Juanito? And is it? And Juan,
Yeah.
let me ask you this: is it any coincidence that the Epstein victims are coming out right now? Is that all part of the plan here?
Well, it's more than just Epstein. It's other stuff that some people may tie it to Epstein, but there's things going on way beyond Epstein at the end of the day. So everybody take a deep breath. Epstein was intended to backfire and hit Trump. And there was engineered stuff that was put in place. They were thinking they were going to take Trump out over Epstein. It'll take all of them out, amongst other things. Look, Bill and everybody else, that was a CIA operation on the Bill Clinton side with all of his stuff, setting up people by getting them to Epstein Island and then blackmailing them. And Bill was sucking them in, just like Randy Andy out of England was setting up people out of the Commonwealth.
Okay, so what about
others?
What about 𝗷𝗵𝗶𝗶 says the Epstein victims will not compile their own Epstein list due to lawsuits, but he and Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene are willing to name the names in the House under constitutional speech or debate immunity. And it gets even better. Pam Bondi reveals the Biden regime allowed the transfer of over $7 million for the trafficking of children into the U.S. via just one smuggler, and that's the Biden administration. But also, they're saying that they're not gonna list any of the Republican names. So, are they only going to list Democrat names?
Well, I think that it's. I don't want any of the partisanship. If there's bad guys in there, there's bad guys. If the people were showing poor judgment, I think they all need to be shown. And that partisanship probably isn't appropriate at this point in time. But we'll see how it plays out. Just know, excuse me. There's a lot, and that we're not chipping away at stuff and making huge progress. Look, there's some financial machines that are in the political world, both coasts, that need to be lawyering up right now. And the things that they've done about covering are very known in there. It's just
all right, Juanito, you're freezing up quite a bit.
I think it'll be coming from.
Juan, so let me ask you this. No, it's okay, but I got you now. But now the Judge Breyer has ruled. Did he just get cut out, Alex?
Yeah, it looks like he just got
all right. Well, I'll get him on. Damn it. I try to get what I can from him, folks, and it happens this way. Maybe he'll jump on again. I don't know. But anyway, folks, Trump can't use the National Guard military in California to enforce laws. Judge Breyer rules. Along with the boogeyman surge hits California as officials urge people to start wearing masks again. And what I was going to try to get Juan to comment on here, and if he jumps back in, that's great, is that the last time this happened, the last time this was enforced, protests and riots took place, right? So we know that maybe Gavin Newsom's last stand is coming, and I think that's what's happening. And I've been talking to Juan about this. And it says devices. He's in the back room, but it says device not connected, Juanito. You got to try again. And that's what I wanted Juan to comment on is it going to be Newsom's last stand coming into this final situation, probably in the fall when we start seeing people getting clickety clank. Folks, I'm going to have a little bit of a longer show today. I'm going to take call-ins today. So express your minds. Just heed to the rules and regulations. Please keep the punches high. No cheap shots. No punches below the belt. In case of a knockdown, run to the neutral corner. You know what I mean, folks? Try to be nice on my channel. Try to keep me up here. So I appreciate everyone helping me out. Juan, I see him trying to get back in here. So it is what it is. So I'm telling you this, folks. I'm going to tell you this. Gavin Newsom is going to be played as the villain coming into this. I still think he's going to get clickety-clank after all of this transpires, but he's definitely going to stand his ground and put the flag on the hill. He's going to die on that hill, and it's going to be for California or California. So Gavin Newsom is going to play the villain here. He's going to – okay, Juan just entered the studio again. Alex, you want to put him on? Is he on?
Still not quite connected, but it's
damn, I don't know, man. He needs to get out of that cricket service.
Jitterbug.
Cricket, whatever the hell he's using, man. Oh man. All right. So I gotta tell you folks, when you look at Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and understand the shadow race that we're in right now with China. We are in a shadow AI race with China. It's all about who's going to control everything. And the race is for AI. So I believe the same way Trump used Elon Musk, he's using Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and Peter Thiel. I think they're all being used by Trump right now. Trump is the puppet master, and I think that's why a lot of the Epstein list stuff has not come out, because Trump is using that as leverage. I really do believe that, and that's my own personal view on it. I think he has the master leverage. He's the master hand right now. He is the puppet master, Trump, right now, and I think he's getting deals done that would otherwise go to China because of this the list, folks. I think he's using it as leverage behind the scenes, bringing them to the table to where he can control everything. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me on this. I think that's what he's doing. He's being the master puppet master. There you go. The puppet master, folks. That's what I think he's doing. It all adds up to this. We are in an AI shadow, a shadow race right now, AI shadow race with China. Right now, CCP, and I'm telling you folks, you don't want the CCP beating us at the AI game. You don't want them beating us. You want to win this race, and the only way you can win it is have Bill Gates and Zuckerberg on your side, and I guess you got to keep your enemies closer, folks. Friends close, enemies closer, and that's how I see this. Now, this is strategy speaking here. This is a heavyweight champion boxer speaking on strategy, and that's the way I see it. And that, I've had a lot of discussions with Juan, with 𝗷𝗵𝗶𝗹, SG Anon, all these guys behind the scenes. I talk to them, folks. I talk to them, and that's why I have the General's Tent, the whole thing on Nino'sCorner.tv, so you could have a front row seat and all this as well. But I'm telling you, this is what I see happening. We are in a shadow race with China right now, and you got to bring the big boys to the table and break bread with them, even if you don't like them. Plus, I know they're thinking to themselves, we're going to be Trump. We will turn him to the dark side. Yeah. But I think he's got leverage on him, folks, behind the scenes. And that's why the whole list and the files have not come out. That's why I see them breaking bread with him right now, folks, because they're like, you know what? We better play ball. We better play ball. That's the way I see it. Get your calls in, folks. We're going to be taking super chats and calls today. I am going to get on with Juan 𝗬𝗍𝗵𝗶 again today, probably this evening, and I'll put that up on 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏TV to talk about all this. So, President Donald Trump gathered a who's who of the best tech world elite for dinner at the White House with notably industry giant not in attendance. And who was that? Elon Musk. It's like a bad breakup, right? It's like Trump used and abused him like a Juarez dime store whore. And it's like he doesn't need him anymore. But I got a feeling Elon's working some magic behind the scenes, if you ask me. Among those at the September 4th dinner, Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Google's 𝗬𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗹, and Sundar Pichai. I don't know how you say that. Pichai. And OpenAI founder Sam Altman. Who was not there? Elon Musk, the Tesla X and SpaceX leader who was once among Trump's closest allies before a falling out. So if you know how Trump works here, we've all seen him work. It's kind of like he puts these people out there, uses them up, chews on them a bit, and then spits them out. And I think he's going to do the same thing with Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, and I think they know this. They not only know this, but there's something hanging over their head. There's something that Trump's got on them, folks. I'm telling you, please give me a thumbs up if you agree with me on this. Give me a thumbs up because I think I'm over the target on this. And a lot of you really believe you fell for it. You thought I was going to come out here and be like, I'm turning my back on Trump. No, this guy's a brilliant strategist. That's what I see, and that's what I see him doing. And everything's culminating right now. National Guard going out to 19 states. You got RFK pissing all over the CDC and WHO. I mean, it's all happening right now, September. And I think it's going to continue in this trajectory. So that's what I think happening. Musk said in a social media post that he was invited, but unfortunately could not attend. After a once cool relationship with Silicon Valley, Trump has been embraced by many tech leaders in his second term, and the president has taken a favorable approach to the industry, promoting cryptocurrencies, warning foreign countries against adopting such regulations, and pushing a plan for American dominance in artificial intelligence while dropping former President Joe Biden's AI restrictions. So he's moving forward in this, but once you understand the real race, the real fight, the real war is with AI, the shadow race that's happening right now is with China. This all makes sense. Of course he's going to bring the big boys to the table. Of course he's going to break bread with Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. You think this is poker? This is chess at high levels. You think he's going to show his hand? This is what he's doing. But I personally think, like I said before, they got something over them. They have to come to the table. They have to be there. The dinner guests took turns praising Trump during the event. The tech leaders invited to the White House represent some of the biggest AI firms in the world. Zuckerberg sat next to the president, while Gates sat next to his first lady, Melania Trump. I'm going to have Mark Beckham on, who's Melania Trump's very good friend. He's done some podcasts with her, and I talked to him last night, actually this morning, and he said he wrote the book One Future Day. I think that's the name of the book. And he's going to come on and talk about Melania's comment about the robots are here. He knows Melania very well, so I'm going to bring him on and have him discuss what's going on behind the scenes. I'll put that up on 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏TV. He's a friend of Melania, and I want to ask him, what does she mean by the robots are here? So we'll get into that. Melania Trump hosted a White House event focused on AI earlier in the day that was attended by Altman and I guess it's Pichai. I don't know his last name. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction, Melania said at the event, which was focused on AI education initiative she leads. So she's they're very optimistic about AI. Me, I'm going to say I believe in the Bible's perspective on things. I don't see how AI could be a positive thing. Maybe for a little while, AI will be great until it gets into the wrong hands. And then it's going to suck. Okay? I mean, as long as Trump's running shit right now, I'm not worried about it right now. But maybe evil is finally saying, you know, we lost this battle, but let's play the long game. Let them think they won. Let them have Trump. Let them have Trump for now. We have AI. That's what I see. Epstein accusers put pressure on Congress to release the files. A group of Jeffrey Epstein accusers on Wednesday told emotional, gut-wrenching stories of sexual abuse at the hands of the late convicted sex offender and his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, raising pressure on lawmakers to back the release of all the files in the Justice Department's years-long Epstein investigation. I have a feeling this is going to come back to bite everyone in the ass that's been trying to take Trump down with the ship. When I've seen a lot of podcasters, man, bail on it. I mean, just more and more podcasters are bailing, jumping ship right now. One of the accusers, Marina Lacerda, identified herself as minor victim 1 in Epstein's 2019 federal indictment in New York. I was one of the dozens of girls that I personally know who are forced into Jeffrey Epstein's mansion on 9 East 71st Street in New York City when we were just kids, she said. Today is the first time that I ever speak publicly about what happened to me. I was only 14 years old when I met Jeffrey. Man, it's a child, man, said Lacerda, one of the 9 female Epstein accusers who appeared at a news conference on Capitol Hill. It was the summer of high school. I was working 3 jobs to try to support my mom and my sister when a friend of mine in the neighborhood told me that I could make $300 to give a guy a massage, she said, choking up at times. It went from a dream job to the worst nightmare I've ever had, she says. Now, I don't know. I mean, 14 years old is 14 years old. Sorry. I mean, even if she knew what she was getting herself into, she's still 14-year-old. I mean, sorry. This is unacceptable on all standards. Another Epstein accuser, Annie Farmer, alleged she was 16 when in 1996 she was flown to New Mexico to spend a weekend with Epstein and Maxwell and was assaulted. But I mean, okay, they're children, but wouldn't you think in your mind, okay, why am I going to this grown man's ranch? What am I doing there? I mean, yes, they're children. They don't know any better. Her sister Maria was also assaulted there, Farmer said, and sensitive photos of the sisters were stolen by Epstein. Sensitive photos. I wonder what was on those. The incident was reported to authorities, Farmer said. I am now 46 years old, 30 years later. We still don't know why that report wasn't properly investigated or why Epstein and his associates were allowed to harm hundreds, if not thousands, of other girls and young women, Farmer said. It's getting juicy, folks. It's getting juicy. Epstein survivor who voted for Trump questions everything and questions what is he hiding. So yet another Jeffrey Epstein survivor has expressed her disappointment in President Trump's constant dismissal of their fight for justice as a Democrat hoax. Now, we all saw Trump say this. He said it's a Democrat hoax. I am a Republican. I voted for Trump. Jenna Lisa Jones, who was abused by Epstein in 2003, when she was just 14 years old, said on MSNBC Wednesday evening, for him to say what he's saying is beyond me because I put my hope in him and he's supposed to protect us. And for him to say that this is all a joke and that it's sides, this is not sides. We will say in time and time again, none of us are up there accusing him of anything. There's no one that is accusing him of any wrongdoings. For the fact that he is saying those things and saying it's a hoax, who are you hiding from then? They're saying, because if it's not you, who is it? In other words, Trump, you got to do something. You got to act. You got to do something. But I feel, folks, and I don't know how you all feel, there's a big trick up Trump's sleeve. Now, I know a lot of people want me to get all crazy and emotional on this, but I do see this playing out in a way that, I'm sorry, I feel like it's a big trap, and a lot of people are going to fall into it, and he holds the puppet strings right now, and that's why all these people are at the dinner table. Believe me, Bill Gates could be dealing with 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗃 China. So could Mark Zuckerberg, and they were, but they're not anymore. Why? Why? You got to think about these things. So, I see Newsom now playing this game of villain. He's the tough guy. He's the big tough guy on the block. He's going to challenge Trump. It's like almost like it's scripted theater. Like what I'm watching here is a movie. Like I'm watching this going, who is this guy? Why is he still around? Karen Bass, the whole squad, all of them. Why aren't they arrested? Why are they done with? I mean, why is he playing this villain character? So I think there's going to be a big standoff coming to California, and I think it's coming soon, and I think that's what he's being saved for. I do. I think there's a standoff coming. So if you put in, I'm going to put some pieces together. I'm going to put the pieces out there for you all. You all put them together right now. But Trump can't use the National Guard, military in California to enforce laws. Judge Breyer rules. So you got to think at some point it's going to get to the point that Trump's going to have to sign the Insurrection Act. He's going to have to do it. He's going to be forced into it. And all these moves that Newsom and California is making, they're going to force him to do so to give him ultimate control. It's almost, you can't write this, folks. This is like theater to me. I'm looking at this and I'm like, do they not know what they're doing? Do they know they're doing this? Do they understand he can sign the Insurrection Act? I mean, to me, folks, this is all part of it. A federal judge on Tuesday banned President Donald Trump's barred President Trump, from deploying National Guard troops in California to execute law enforcement actions there, including making arrests, searching locations, and crowd control. The ruling came in connection with a lawsuit by the state of California challenging Trump's deployment of the Guard to deal with protests in Los Angeles over the Trump administration's immigration enforcement policies. Judge Charles Breyer said that Trump's deployment of the troops violated the federal 𝗵𝗑 𝗪𝗪𝒪𝑡𝑖𝑠 Act. Like I said, folks, don't be surprised if even it happens this year, he signs the Insurrection Act. Now, a lot of you will say, oh, he already did that in 2020. Not so. That's not the information I'm getting. That's not what happened. He did not sign it in 2020. And I've heard this from 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹, Juan and others, even SG Anon. And with that being said, so Trump cannot use the National Guard in California. Now let's put that together with this piece of the puzzle right now. COVID surge hits California as officials urge people to start wearing masks again. Right on time after they say he can't use the National Guard. I think we're getting ready for a big standoff, folks. Public health officials in California are reporting a late summer boogeyman wave hitting the Golden State, noting a continued increase in new cases as some at county level advocate for return to indoor mask wearing. Oh, the nightmare begins for California once again. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention has warned that boogeyman infections are either growing or likely growing in 30 states, including California. Infections are either growing or likely growing. So, suggesting that increased socializing over the Labor Day weekend. So if you were out on the Labor Day weekend, socializing, being a human being, having human connection, you're at fault for this. Shame on you. Shame on you. How dare you do that? You're causing it. So now they're going to start asking people to start masking up again. And I guarantee you it's going to pick up a lot. It's going to pick up a lot coming into a fall. Watch and see. This is going to be California's last stand with Gavin Newsom. He's going to make a stand against Trump. I guarantee you this is coming. Watch and see. Watch and see. Trump is going to be Gavin Newsom is going to be the liberal darling, the Democrat hope to stop Trump. Watch and see. I swear to you, this almost feels like this is a movie that's been written out and it's theater. Could you think of a better villain? I sometimes think this is all bullshit and it's already been written out. Could this be the WWE? Could this be the WWE? And we're all being played here. Listen, folks, don't think that I don't think about this quite often, okay? I'm like, gosh, this just seems like, I don't know, Batman and fucking the Joker, Batman and Penguin. It just seems like a movie. It just seems like a movie to me. Deputy Chief says government will redact every Republican while leaving all Democrat people on Epstein client list. Are you serious? Gee, that's like not a very obvious, is it? The O'Keefe Media Group on Friday released an undercover video of a DOJ official admitting the government will redact every single Republican while leaving all the liberal Democrats on the Epstein client list. DOJ will redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leaving all the liberal Democratic people in those files, and have a very slanted version of it come out without really seeing any of their bad behavior, admitted Joseph Schnitt, DOJ acting deputy chief at the Office of Enforcement Operations. There's thousands and thousands of page open files, Schnitt said. If they're released in any way, it's going to be very redacted. Wow. So there you have it. The House Oversight Committee on Tuesday released more than 33,000 pages. 33, interesting. 33,000 pages of Epstein-related documents. Late last month, the Justice Department delivered thousands of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein to the House Oversight Committee. House Oversight Chairman James Comer previously subpoenaed all documents and communications related or referring to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell on August 19th. They said the documents released didn't really review or reveal anything new. This is going to get interesting, folks. Going to get real interesting, but I think there's a trick play involved here, and I think this is going to be in a very exciting month, September, October, November, and I just believe that. I just believe that, folks. And we're going to have a longer show today, so I appreciate everyone sticking around because I'm going to take some call-ins today, and and then I'm going to jump on and do a 𝗀𝗂𝗁𝗂 podcast where I get kicked in the balls the entire time. I don't know if you've seen these podcasts with me and her, but she likes to kick me in the nuts a lot. But I take it. I'm a good sport. I take it. Yeah. How many of you see people that you don't really want to say hi to, and you pretend you don't see them, And then how many of you, like when you're out, you see that person and they're thinking the same thing about you, and so you both act like you don't see each other? Has that ever happened? Because it happens to me quite often. I'm like, wow, I must not be very approachable, or they must think I'm an asshole, because there's a couple of people I see at the gym, like when I see them, we lock eyes for a second, we both turn away, like look away, like, oh, I didn't see that motherfucker. I don't know what that is. It's weird. It's awkward. So I always have to be the first guy to go up and be like, all right, I saw you. I know you saw me too. I don't know. That happens a lot. I don't understand it. It's weird. It almost like makes me want to avoid going to the gym. I actually now I avoid a lot of things. I avoid a lot of social gatherings. Do you know that the club industry right now, not just in Vegas, but everywhere, is tanking? It's tanking. Like Gen Z, they're not going to the clubs anymore. You know why? Because everyone's on their phone. Everyone's on their phone. People don't know how to communicate anymore. They're socially awkward. You couldn't stop me from going to the club when I was younger. I was always there. I was always hitting on girls, doing what I have to do. What the hell is happening to this generation? It's like the 4 years of Biden and the 4 years of the boogeyman. It seemed to me like it just destroyed an entire generation. The clubbing industry is it's going bankrupt everywhere. LA, Vegas, everywhere. Makes you wonder if they could do that to this Generation Z, right? If they're not going to clubs anymore, no one's hooking up anymore. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're all meeting online now. what does that mean for the generation after that? And then the generation after that? You know how weird this is going to get, especially for people like us who are getting older, and we're going to be like, you know, when I'm in my 80s, like my parents' age, I think about this all the time. They're going to have to take care of me. It's going to be like aliens, like the AI generation alpha. How weird are they going to be to us, and how weird are we going to be to them? I don't know. It just seems like if they're not going to clubs anymore, they're not enjoying themselves anymore, everyone's on their phone. I think we've already lost this. I don't know. Folks, I think about this all the time. Transhumanism, Homo Deus, the natural evolution of humanity is going to be Homo Deus. I mean, could we say maybe that we're cooked? Could we say we're cooked? Because think about this for a second, folks. If kids, 20-something-year-olds to about 30-something-year-olds, are not going to clubs anymore, what are they doing? What would make anybody not want to go enjoy their life, drink, have fun? They're all on their phone. They're all on their phone. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just thrown back by this. It's insanity to me. I don't understand how this is even a thing. But go watch the videos on YouTube. There's tons of people talking about this. Clubs are dead. And I get it. A lot of people are strapped for cash, but I think this is pointing to something much more dangerous. And I know a lot of you think, well, it's good. They're not drinking anymore. They're still drinking. They're still drinking at home alone. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Trump's DOJ considering banning trans people from buying guns. Hey. So what's going on here? The Justice Department is discussing proposals to potentially block transgender Americans from buying firearms, sources told the Post. Give them a squirt gun. Oh, boy. Okay. In the wake of the deadly Minneapolis Catholic Church shooting conducted by Robin Westman, who identified as a trans woman, DOJ officials are mulling up options the Trump administration can take to, I'm not for this. Trump administration can take to restrict the Second Amendment rights of some Americans. Sources familiar with the talk said, I'm not for this. I'm not for it. I'm sorry. They're still Americans. They still deserve to protect themselves. Oh, boy. Some DOJ members believe the move can be approved as a follow-up on Trump's executive order barring military service by transgender people. That part I can kind of see, but banning guns from these people, I don't know, man. Let me know what you all think about it. I don't know. I think, you can't take away those rights from, those are God-given rights for all Americans, even if they're hey. So I don't know what you all think about that. So one option could see Trump formally declare that people who identify as transgender are mentally ill and are not legally allowed to possess firearms, one justice official told CNN. Well, I can't agree. I can't agree with everything Trump does. I don't. Like the flag burning thing, but then I see strategy. So I see the flag burning ban and the no cash bail ban as strategy for what's coming. So I see him getting ahead of the ball. And I guess maybe some transgenders might be activated later for more mass, I don't know. Maybe he's just getting ahead of the ball. Newsom is becoming an obsession for Democrats beyond California. Democrats have become obsessed with Gavin Newsom as the California governor becomes a topic for operatives, donors, and lawmakers. So they're looking at Newsom to be, I guess, the big villain, super villain to Trump. See, this is where I think this is just, I don't know, folks. Like, why isn't this guy behind bars? Newsom is consistently driving the news cycle and it's coming up in town halls and fundraisers and in conversations outside political circles. I'll tell you what, folks, and I'm just going to say this right here, right now. If nobody's, which, I believe it will happen, but if it does not happen, nobody's arrested, and this guy runs in 2028 against Trump, guess what? I'm going to say it. We've all been played. Something bigger is going on here, and they're controlling both sides. And I'm going to say it. I'm not going to say I'm going to agree with Dustin Nemos completely, but I'm going to tell you that if this guy makes it to the 2028 presidency or runs against whoever is running after Trump, and it's Newsom, and there's no arrests, we've all been played. We've all been played. And I'm going to say it point blank, just like that. Don't think I don't think about that shit all the time. Don't think I don't think about it all the time. I think about it, folks. Anybody and all of you do too. I know all of you think about that as well. Could we be getting played here? Well, I say if Newsom makes it to 2028 and there's no arrests and he's running against whoever Trump's successor is, we've been fucking played. And I'm going to tell you that right now. And my whole platform will change. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My whole platform will change. Agency that issues visa and green cards is hiring armed agents. The primary government agency in charge of issuing citizenship, visas, and green cards is forming its own police force now. What? Yeah. Need a green card? Put your hands up. As President Trump's immigration crackdown widens beyond traditional law enforcement agencies, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services said it plans to train several hundred federal law enforcement agents to look for fraud in immigration applications and arrest the immigrants in question or the lawyers who helped them prepare their petitions. So now they're going to go after lawyers too, immigration lawyers. I got to say, I'm not against that. There's a lot here in El Paso. I'll tell you what, nobody in El Paso has got the fucking ICE memo. I'm going to tell you that right now. I see a lot of Chihuahua plates driving around. I still see a lot of maids at the bus stop waiting for the bus. They're just waiting for the bus. So I don't know. I don't think El Paso got the memo. In fact, I know they didn't because El Paso's not worried at all. Everyone I talk to here is like, he'll be out in 3 years. He'll be out in 3 years. We're going to wait it out. I still see a lot of Mexicans playing their Mexican radio at construction sites. Oh, they all think Trump's a joke. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Pentagon considers leasing part of Camp Pendleton to help fund Golden Dome missile defense system. The Defense Department is considering leasing parts of Marine Corps base Camp Pendleton, California for commercial use, with profits potentially helping fund President Donald Trump's Golden Dome missile defense project. I thought the tariffs were supposed to be helping with that shit. What do you need to lease out part of Camp Pendleton for? Aren't that what the External Revenue Service is now? Oh, boy. Border news. Let's get to border news. So, as the ships have arrived in Venezuela, and you saw them blow to pieces that little boat carrying all the drugs, well, 2 armed Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets conducted an aggressive overflight of the U.S. warship USS Jason Durham on Thursday. So Venezuelans saying, come and get it. We aren't backing down, I say. So I don't know what's going to happen. I got a feeling Trump's going to deliver a big strike into Venezuela and take out Maduro. That's where I think this is going. And I think this is escalating to that. I think Maduro knows. Could you imagine being Maduro right now? Like, he's probably like, holy shit, I am fucked. Like, fucking battleships outside your house. Like, imagine being that guy. Like, what do you, every morning you wake up for coffee and there's 3 fucking battleships outside on your fucking bay and you're sitting there going, I'm dead any day now. I guess any day I'm going to get taken out. And just knowing what they did to that ship, that boat, I should say, I don't know. Any day you could just be having coffee and boom, you evaporate. DEA fight against Sinaloa cartel intensifies in Arizona. The Drug Enforcement Administration in Arizona is intensifying its fight against the Sinaloan cartel. Officials with the agency say they have had 48% more arrests than at the same time in 2024. We are coming for you, one DEA agent warns to all the Sinaloa cartel. The Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, in Arizona is intensifying its fight against the Sinaloa cartel, and officials are providing an exclusive look at how they are doubling down on efforts to stop the drugs from entering the U.S. So, told you this is cartel warfare. I think it's only a matter of time before the cartels start going after civilians. That's just, I know how they play the game. That's what they do. I'm very surprised they haven't done it yet, but I'm going to bet Trump sees this coming, and that is why he's putting out all the National Guard and all the states and all that, because once these people are activated, it's game on, folks. In El Paso, Texas, pair charged with cutting storm drain grates near Rio Grande to smuggle in migrants. El Paso, Texas, an El Paso federal grand jury has indicted 2 men in connection with an attempt to breach a storm drain near the Rio Grande to smuggle immigrants. The charges stem from August 4th incident in which U.S. Border Patrol agents responded to a sensor alert in an area commonly utilized by smugglers about 1.5 miles east of the Bridge of Americas. I know exactly where that's at, in El Paso. So the 2 men were arrested. They were using tools to pry open the grate, preventing access to the storm drain system. Wow. So lots going on here, folks. Giorgio Armani. Man, I thought this guy died like in the 90s. Giorgio Armani, king of Italian fashion, dies at 91. Wow, long life. Sad to hear. Giorgio Armani, the Italian designer who took over the world with a vision of elegant ease and then rewrote the rules of the Hollywood red carpet, has passed away at the age of 91 in his home in Milan. Pretty sad. But he lived a long life. Nevada joins Texas, New Hampshire, Colorado, Maine, Montana, and more as U.S. tourism continues to free fall for 8 months straight and is projected to decline even more by the end of 2025. Nevada now joins Texas, New Hampshire, Colorado, Maine, Montana, and many others as U.S. tourism continues to free fall for the first 8 months and is expected to keep dropping until the end of 2025. The country is watching Nevada for an alarming trend. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, the videos on YouTube. There's a lot of videos on this. People are just not going to Vegas anymore. They're gouging people, price gouging people. It's off the charts. There's a fee for this, a fee for that, a hotel fee, a valet fee, a service charge fee. It's ridiculous. And people are just not going anymore. I don't see how they're doing this and getting away with it. I don't know. I just feel like maybe they know what's coming. I don't know, folks. My mind goes in so many different directions. I'm about to start taking calls. So if you want to call in, all I ask is keep it short. Keep it real short, please. I know a lot of you want to tell me your life story, but Sancho does not have time for that shit. So please just keep it clean. Also keep it clean and keep them precise. If you have a question, boom, ask me the question and let's move on. And I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm just trying to be considerate of others. That's it. I don't know if that makes sense. But in what the fuck news, this happened in El Paso as well. El Paso's full of surprises. A lot of degenerate behavior here. El Paso cheer coach accused of placing hidden cameras in bathrooms. Wow. That doesn't surprise me, actually. Why would you have a male cheer coach? First off, if he's not, hey, why would you even have a male cheer coach? Why? I'm asking the question. Of course he's going to do shit like this. New information was released on an El Paso cheer coach for the Texas Bandits All-Stars who was arrested for allegedly recording individuals without their consent. There's the winner right there. According to jail records, Christopher Sotelo was booked in the El Paso County Jail on Saturday and was released the same day on a surety bond. Oh, boy. The owners of the business said a person had notified them of a black rectangular object inside a bathroom. The person who reported the device said she believed it was a hidden camera. The owner said the camera had a small camera lens and found a 64 GB micro card within it. Another person checked another bathroom and found what appeared to be a pen on top of a decor item inside the bathroom above the toilet, wrapped covered with a paper towel. The arrest affidavit stated, wow, this guy, what an idiot. The owner said the bathrooms are cleaned daily and that the two items had not been there the previous days. The devices were turned over to the EPPD Forensics Laboratory. Wow. How much jail time can you get for something like that, for being a peeping Tom, a peeping pervert? I don't know. I guess we'll find out with this guy. Do you know, Alex, how much jail time you get for being a peeping Tom?
Yeah, it depends. You can get a couple years in prison, though, I think. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know the details of it. I'm thinking of those like To Catch a Predator things, where the guys bait children online. And even that sting operation, they can still get like 3 to 8 years in prison for that.
Really? So,
Yeah.
so dude, check this out. So back in the day, like a peeping Tom was a guy that like hung out on your tree and like used binoculars.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my dad, that's how
Like
my
Marty
dad.
like Marty McFly, right?
Yes, exactly.
His dad. Yeah.
So did you know that's how my dad met my mom? So my dad was a cop. He was a detective. So there was a peeping Tom. I was looking into her window, and she called the police, and my dad was a detective that showed up. And then he asked my mom out on a date. So that's how they met.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was like, I probably told my dad, I go, you're probably really the peeping Tom. So I don't know, man. It's just weird. But let's take a few callers right now. Jen Brown, I see in the back. Let's bring her in. Hey, Jen.
Hello, everyone. Hey, real quick. Everybody, please watch the Joe Rogan 2251 episode. Please, absolutely make that a priority. Everyone that's listening. Do what?
What's that one about?
It's about ibogaine. Have you heard about ibogaine?
Oh, yeah. I've been hearing about that. I need to look more into that.
Yes, you do. I've been sending you messages, dude, and I've been posting it everywhere. Please watch that, and let's please have a discussion afterwards. Even if we don't have a discussion, please watch it. I think it would save everyone's life, honestly.
What does it help with?
It helps. What that episode is focusing on is actually veterans with PTSD and TBIs, but I think that it would literally help anybody with any kind of addiction, anything. Like, people are just reporting miraculous.
Is it a psychedelic or something like that, or no?
I don't know exactly, but I've heard it's literally comes from something. It grows out of the ground. It's from a plant. It's plant based.
Wow, I'll look into that because I have.
Do what?
I still battle with my PTSD,
Exactly. You were the first one that I thought of whenever I heard about this. One, because we've got to get the word out, but also, so I actually contacted my congressman the other day as soon as I heard this episode. And there's not anything going in Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. Shout out to all the Oklahomans. But anyways, Rick Perry is on the episode, and he has an initiative going for Texas for ibogaine. So I was like, I'm not political. I'm absolutely conservative. I don't want anything to do with any of it, but I'm like, I will absolutely get behind this. I'll do anything to get this going. So anyways, please, everybody watch it.
You got it. Thank you, sweetheart.
Love you guys. I pray for you every day, Nino, and your family.
I need those prayers. I'm going through such a tough time right now. It's like I'm in trench warfare right now. Like, if I could explain what I'm going through right now, trench warfare with my family. It's horrible.
Absolutely. Okay, I reached out previously about doing a podcast together. I would still love to do that. The offer's
we're
still
doing
there.
It right now, kind of.
We kind of are. We are.
Do you want to plug anything real quick?
Just look me up on everywhere you guys follow me. Let's continue to build the community. Apothecaring Jen is where you can find me in most places. If not, it's Jen Has Questions or something, I don't know, but anyways, let's stay connected. The podcast is Random Thoughts, Some Useful. It's small, it's on YouTube, and it's out there on all the different platforms, but it's just bringing awareness a lot to things we're not supposed to talk about on here, those kinds of things, because I have a lot of personal stories about people that have chosen that route that are very close to me, family and coworkers and different things. But I'm also a stage 4 cancer thriver, guys.
Wow.
I've been going through breast cancer for the last 2 years, and I'm just doing amazing regardless of their 2 to 5 years prognosis of how long I would live. So yeah, I've got lots of things that we could talk about. So let's do it.
You got it. All right, Jen.
Thank you, guys.
Sweetheart. God bless. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, let's get on. Wow. There's a bad echo happening. Perseverance 3J3G.
Just a second, let me turn the speakers off. Oh, let me turn this one off too. Sorry.
All right.
I'm the one that the other day said that Holy Spirit had told me to pray for your mother.
Oh, yes, I got that. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, anyways, I am a prophet. I said prophetess, but
I can't hear you. You cut out. You cut out. I can't hear you. All right, let's get to the next one, Alex, because I can't hear her. She cut out right when she said I'm a prophet. Bing, she's out. Perseverance, try again. I don't know why we can't hear you. We cannot hear you. Christina from California. Christina from California, are you there?
You there, Christina?
Shit, maybe it's our end, dude. I don't know.
I had a bit of StreamYard trouble. It kicked me out earlier in the show. I was glad it didn't seem to affect you. But Perseverance, if you can sign out and sign back in, click the link again, it might work.
Yeah, let's try that. But I don't know, Christina from California. I can't hear anything. It doesn't. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's try Perseverance one more time. You there, Perseverance? You want to try again? It's always fun taking these calls. There's always so many screw ups and like
it's a roll of the dice, yeah.
Technical problems. I mean, a lot of people say it's StreamYard, but I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it depends. There's sometimes people's phone, the amount of memory and stuff affects it, but we'll see if she can pop back in here.
Here she is.
Okay, let's see.
All right, Perseverance. Let's try it one more time. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can't hear you. Sorry, I can't hear you. It's not, I don't know what to say. Yo.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
All right, well,
we can only do
we tried, right? We got one call, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice to talk to Jen. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, that was cool. At least hers was working. But I guess we'll try this again at some point. But I guess all right. Well, what's going on here? Did someone else just pop in?
Let me see here.
Christina from California, you want to try again?
Question for you. What are these 3 days of darkness?
The 3 days of darkness? What,
Yes.
This month? Are you talking about this month?
I think you said it was this month. My sister said it was this month. I thought it was October, but
there's there's people that are planning not to, okay, so Rosie O'Donnell said something like this, and I guess the rumors are that there's going to be like people not working, not showing up for work. They're going to cut off services for people and all this stuff, and it's going to be 3 days of darkness like that. That's what I've heard. Also, I've heard that could be an EMP attack. There's many rumors going around right now, but I heard there's going to be nothing significant that happens this month. You can bank on that. Nothing like that should happen this month. So I think everyone should just be calm about this. I don't think anything's going to happen at all.
okay, Nino, thank you very much for your answer.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Perseverance, you're back. You are You do.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Perseverance paid off.
Hacked. Yeah, my phone is hacked severely. If you think you're under attack, I can explain directed energy weapons to you with every last detail if you ever want to know.
Well, not here, but
no, not here for sure. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to ask you if you would mind if I prayed for you right now and your mother and your father.
No, go right ahead. That would make me feel very good. Thank you.
Heavenly Father, you know what? You know when people are under attack, and you know when people are called, and David is called and his parents are struggling. And so I come to you and I call down Jesus, the blood of Jesus over David and his parents. And I call down the power and the authority of Jesus and to bring forth all those prayer warriors together collectively. Just bow your heads. Let's just lift him up and call on healing for his parents out of those wheelchairs. Dementia is a spirit, not an illness. And spirit of dementia, I bind you and I cast you out now in the name of Jesus. And I bring the full healing. By your stripes, they are healed. And send your angels. I call down the warrior angels to come in and fight for them. And I decree and declare great blessings over this family. And I am so privileged and blessed to be able to pray here today. I thank you and lift up David and all of the community in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Perseverance. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I need that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I keep,
God bless
you know
you.
what? I actually had, just quickly, I've been watching you for years, and I was signed in and contributing, and then this attack happened, and for 3 years I had no email, and they came in and stole my codes to get into your show, and
Really?
I had no way. And so finally I fought hard and got email, and I got back into your show. But
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, 5 years ago, the Holy Spirit came to me every time I watched your show and told me to pray for you.
Wow. Thank you so much. I've been under
Every
big
time.
attacks, man. I mean, my life has just been boom, one torpedo after another.
Boy, do I know. Every bone in my body and every part of my body has been mutilated. I have 100 videos. You cannot imagine what is going on. But I have the Lord so powerful. I have all the prophecies and I know the outcomes. It's incredible.
Thank you so much, Perseverance. God bless you. I mean so much. Thank you.
Take care. And I want you to know, and God wanted me to tell you that you are extra special to him. And
Wow.
That's why he's calling on people for you and your family. He literally is. I'm in Canada, and he came to me specifically for all those 5 years. I still prayed for you.
Wow.
And then the other
Thank you.
day, he literally, and when my hands went on top of my head, when he came in, and I was just barely opening my eyes. And I don't even know if I got them open. The Holy Spirit hit me and just flipped me over on my side. And my hands went onto the top of my head, and just tongues was flowing. And while my hands are on my head, I'm saying, Holy Spirit, why are my hands on top of my head? Because when you pray in tongues, it's the Spirit flowing, not your mind. And then about 10 days later, you said your mother had dementia. And all of a sudden, the brain, the whole thing was the hands on my head. And when it stopped, it cuts. And when it stops like that, it means you broke through the second heaven, past the dark realm, and into the upper third heaven. And as soon as it stopped, I knew the battle was won. It was amazing.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I really do. My heart. Thank you so much. Means
You're
a lot
welcome.
to me, because I'm going through a lot right now. You understand, but
yeah,
I don't even know how I get up every morning doing this stuff. It's
but
that
you
hard.
know
It's
what?
that hard for me.
You know what? Corporate prayer is so powerful. And I think that you need a lot of corporate prayer, because I've been in a room where there was corporate prayer and a girl got healed of cancer. Bang, just like that. Yes, corporate prayer is powerful. That's why I wanted to do corporate prayer with your audience. I know not everybody prays.
Well, they should.
Yeah. But anyways, I'll let you go, Dave, because I know you need to talk to people, but God wants you to know that he's got a team of angels on you and your family, and we're going to get your mom and dad better, because it's a spirit. It's not a sickness.
I believe that completely. I know that's what it is. I know I'm being attacked.
And it's hard. I have a calling so big it would blow your mind. But, that's why I'm under attack. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Perseverance. God bless you. All right, Alex. You there?
Yeah. Hey, Nino.
All right. So let's go ahead and call it a show. I got to jump on with 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝐾𝗁𝐾𝗁 right now. So.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Yeah, that was nice to chat with a couple callers.
I want to end the show with something good, with a good prayer like that. So
yeah,
that felt good. That felt really good. And I feel honored, and it means a lot to me that people actually pray for me, man. So
yeah, no, it's huge. Thank you, Perseverance. And it was a good ending to the show.
Yeah. All right, folks. I'm out of here. I'm jumping on with 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝐾𝗁𝐾. So I get kicked in the balls after that prayer by 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝐾. Yeah. All right, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, baby. I'm out.